Hello again, and welcome to the video lessons of IELTS speaking. In this particular video, I'm going to discuss the first criteria of evaluation, which is fluency and coherence. Right? We have already discussed it in just the previous video. So, what you can see on the left side, you have what the band descriptor says. If you are not aware of this band descriptor word, let me tell you, band descriptors is the list of criteria which is given to the examiner on the basis of which he or she gives you the band skill for each part, right? So, and on the right hand side, this is the explanation that I'm going to give you so that you can really understand what exactly is it, right? So let's begin with the first criteria. It says speak fluently with only rare repetition or self correction. That's clear, right? That means you don't have to repeat, you don't have to hesitate, and you don't have to correct yourself, right? So if I have to explain it, it simply means avoid noticeable pauses, effort or hesitating too much, right? And the second point is say you can have hesitation which is content related rather than to find words or grammar. Let's see. This is huge. This is really important what they're trying to say. You need to understand it. Let me try to circle it a bit if I can do it for you. Right. Okay. Right. So this one is really, really important when they say, okay, I cannot show you that. So can have hesitation, which is content related. For example, if I ask you that when you visited the last hilly area, for example, and you start saying, well, actually, you're not able to remember. And then if you're taking time, that means you're taking time, which is content related. That was fine. So now if I explain both this point, first, avoid noticeable pause. Noticeable pause means it is content related, right? And then they're saying avoid repeating the same words and correcting yourself. So let me give you an example to understand what exactly it means. For example, there's a very simple question that um, when did you last visited a hilly area? Just for an example. So I start saying, I last visited my hilly area in 2007. It was a cool area and there were many there were many uh, tourists visited that area. So you can see that the here I'm not able to find the words like tourist or hilly or area. That means you are struggling. So there you will lose the marks of fluency. But on the other hand, if I'm giving you another example where I'm trying to think, I'm not able to remember, so I'll say, well, if I talk about the hilly area, perhaps it was when I was a student of higher secondary class, and if I can remember correctly, it was 2008, and I visited a place known as Nainital in India along with my friends. It was a beautiful place, and there was wonderful landscape, and so you can see here remembering, taking time, recalling, but that is not lack of fluency, right? And repeating and correcting, right? So you can understand. Then speak coherently with fully appropriate cohesive features. Cohesive features means the words that can connect your two ideas smoothly, for example, and, but, however, on the other hand, this kind of words. So that's important. So develop your answer by logically supporting your ideas. So those things can logically support your ideas. Then the last one, develop topics fully and appropriately. That's again the part of the coherence and fluency together. What I mean to say, what is being asked, you need to answer that by using linkers and discourse markers. The same thing that I used to tell you. I was telling you, sorry, that well, I think that, so these are known as the discourse markers. So let's try to see one example. I hope that that will make it clearer for you, right? So this is a question, and there are two versions of the answer. The first version is the less appropriate version, and the second one is the most appropriate one. The question is, do you think we are healthier now than 100 years ago? So let's look at the first version, the weak answer, and also try to notice the way I answer it. Right? We are healthier in some ways. We are not. We are not healthier in some other ways. It depends sometimes, it depends sometimes on the food that we eat. So you can see here self correction was there, hesitation in speaking, problem in searching for words. So now and there was no linkers. You can see small sentences, so ideas were not coherent. Now you will see the better version of the answer. Now you can see here, and you can see the colored part. These are known as discourse marker or linkers that we have just discussed. Also focus the way I'm going to answer them, right? So I'm going to answer it, right? Again, the question, do you think we are healthier now than 100 years ago? Well, I believe that generally we are more health conscious, but I think in some ways we are less concerned, and it largely depends on the quality of food that we consume as well as overall lifestyle that we abide by. So you can see here a lot of linkers, connectors, and fillers, the course marker that has been used. This is what you have to keep in mind under fluency and coherence section, right? I hope you have understood it well. That's all about this particular video. In next video, we will see another criteria of evaluation in details. Okay, bye for now.